Today we have BTB Savage, who was
Yes, sir.
recently involved in killing a man in self-defense who tried to rob him at his home.
Yes, sir. What's the deal, Vlad?
Well, number one, I'm glad you're safe. You had a very, very traumatic situation that recently happened. So I want to go ahead and get into this whole situation. So all this happened in San Antonio.
Yeah, SA.
Okay, so tell me exactly what happened leading up to the situation.
Shit, they was always hitting me up to do music and shit like that. So I was like, all right, bet. Well, one day, it was late. I was like, shit, they was going to pay for the feature or whatever. We going to do the song. And then they got to do the promo with it. I was going to do it at first. I wasn't going to do it at first, because it was so late. It was like damn near 10, 11. When I was talking to the girl I was with at the time, I'm like, shit, so I do this shit up, wait till tomorrow and just meet them at a real studio. Like, and then, but I ain't gonna lie, I just wanted the bread. I'm like, all right, bet. They gonna pull up. I'm just gonna grab the bread real quick, dip out, and then go back to the my other crib with my cousin there. So, shit, so last minute, I'm like, shit, just come on. They're like, we got our own studio equipment. Like, if I say something, they got something to respond to it. Like, oh, I don't got this. Oh, I got it. I got this. I got that. So I'm like, shit, pull up. Let's do the song real quick. So they pull up or whatever, and it's him. I mean, it's other people in the car. So I don't know how that go or whatever. I don't know if they was dropping them off or what. So boom, they both hop out. And I'm like, what's up? I'm talking to them. I'm like, what's up? What y'all on? Blah, blah, blah. They're like, oh, man, we just chilling. They're like, I've been trying to do this for the longest, bro. You be bullshitting and da-da-da. I'm like, all right, bet. We go inside the crib. And then they just talking and shit, like looking around. That's why I figured it was kind of weird they looking around when they first walk in my crib, like going like that and shit. But I just kind of didn't pay it no mind. I was just more of like, come on, let's get this out the way. I'm just gonna knock this out, 30 seconds out, rapping real quick, and now I'm done. I ain't tripping. So boom, they got down, started pulling out their equipment or whatever, or fake equipment. Like he pulled out a little box that it's a studio box, but like it got the mixer in it. It ain't have really shit in it. So then the dude, I guess the older dude, I ain't really know him like that. I don't know them like that. I didn't know him at all. So whenever he was talking to me, the dude I'm talking to for the feature or whatever, he talking to his uncle, like he like, oh, I ain't got this, I ain't got that. So his uncle say, go to the car and get more, like get the rest of the equipment or whatever. So I'm thinking like, damn, why would you? It should be the opposite way. You tell him to go. Cause we like the ones we locked in, we talked or whatever about the song, to do the song, and you gonna leave the random dude in my crib type shit. So when he walked out, I was kind of nervous, so I locked the door, both locks. And his uncle, he pulled out some bread. He like, oh man, we ain't on that. We not on no weird shit or nothing like that. You ain't gotta lock the doors and like that. He like, I'm a grown man or whatever. I was like, oh nah, bro, I just got PTSD. Like whenever he come and knock on the door, I'll just open it. Like that, I'm not gonna let nobody random person walk in my crib. And then he like, oh no, I respect that. And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, yeah, we be doing that shit. We be active too. He pulling out bread. He like, yeah, I've been doing this and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I was like, shit, nah, for sure. Like, respect, like, do your thing. I ain't tripping. I don't care. I actually don't give a fuck what they was doing. It just, where the bread at? Like, pay for this shit and got out my face for real. So while he talking, he asked him about my chain. He like, how much, what jeweler you go to, blah, 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 how much he hit you for? And I'm telling him, like, oh yeah, I dropped the bag on this one. Da. And then right as I'm talking, I go down to look at my piece while he talking. I'm like, this one? I'm like, yeah, this one. While I'm looking down like that, that's when he upped the pole on me. And he like, oh yeah, run that. And he had a distance though. And I'm like, man, you got me fucked up. I ain't running shit. So and he was like, shit, if you don't run that, I'm gonna blow you. And he like, I'm gonna shoot you type shit. And I was like, bro, you dead ass serious right now? And he was like, I'll shoot your bitch, nigga. Run that shit. So while I'm sitting there, I'm talking to him or whatever. He like, run that. I'm like, nah, you got me fucked up, bro. What the hell you got going? And then he like, nah, well, I see you flexing on Instagram, where all that shit at? Where is that? Like that. I was like, man, I'm like, bro, all right, bro. I start taking off my chain.
Reports
First,
coming
he
in
started
this
asking me about
exact
other
moment
shit.
in time, the rapper and the upcoming young artist, that is BTB Savage, has reportedly been gunned down in Houston River Oaks section. That was on Thursday night, according to the so many reports that are coming in via social media, to be specific, on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The incident, according to the reports, occurred at around 6 p.m. and when officers arrived, they found the young rapper BTB Savage deceased at the scene. According to a trusted news source, that is ABC 13, witnesses say BTB Savage, the popular young rapper, was driving a white Mercedes-Benz, a model which is 2023, when the suspects drove up in a black Subaru vehicle and actually decided to throw in multiple attacks, and then the two suspects actually got out of the vehicle and actually continued and did the unexpected. And when they finished doing all that unnecessary stuff, they went back into their vehicle and went into an unknown direction. According to a few people who were around, they said they continued in a direction that actually goes to San Felipe. Police say, based on a number of shells, casings that actually were found at the crime scene, it is believed that this incident was a targeted attack. So no foul play, but it is believed that it has been a targeted attack. So BTB Savage, actually a few days ago, to be specific, 4 days ago, he revisited the night. He had actually decided to end the life of one guy who actually had just decided to attack them in an interview he held at Vlad TV. According to that interview, he said that he had a few guys had requested for a collaboration with him, but of course when they went into his house, to start doing all the work, they decided to start surveilling his house, which actually appeared as a red flag. He said that they started demanding him to give and actually remove his jewelry, a golden necklace, which he went against. He continued and said that this incident angered him, which actually resulted into an altercation where firearms were brought up and they decided to fire at each other. So this actually incident resulted into the girlfriend, which BTB Savage ordered to actually gun down the guy who was trying to attack him. In this moment in time, we send our deepest condolences to the young king. Rest in power, the young king, BTB Savage.